Today is Wednesday, June 30th, and today I did power jerks. Started off with power jerks instead of push presses like the last 3 weeks, and then did hang clean plus jerks, just the regular competition split jerk, and then clean deadlifts, rows, and overhead holds. And today didn't start off very great with these power jerks. You can sort of see right off the bat that there's a lot of lateral hip movement, and I end up jumping forwards as a result of it. And there are some reps here and there that are better than others, but like overall they don't get particularly better. They actually, I would say they probably get like progressively worse, honestly. Yeah, so it didn't start off super great, but I think one thing that I sort of realized today was that I think I just have to sometimes like stop taking myself so seriously. I think it's important to like always be focused and like, focused on the task at hand, focused on the cues, and just be like, in the zone, I guess, if you want to call it, but at the same time, like, not getting upset at every little thing. So like today in particular, like with these power jerks, obviously they aren't great, but like just the feeling of you can see here, this first set, the second set, and the third set, I have pretty soft elbows when I catch it, and like if it were in competition, I probably would have gotten a press out, but just that feeling of instability overhead, even though it's not like particularly, it's not like terrible, it's just me being nitpicky. Actually, no, nitpicky is not the right word because they probably wouldn't count in competition. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is just like, I was just letting that get to my head and like letting that just make me really upset. And then like it sort of, I carried it over into the hang clean and jerks. But then once I sort of just started talking a little bit more with Aaron, I feel like I like loosened up just from having had my sort of self-induced rut be broken. I feel like that just made training go better. It made me more receptive to technical advice, and as a result, the session ended up better just from me loosening up just a little bit. And I think that's obviously very different from just like becoming unfocused or like not caring as much. Maybe I just haven't found the exact right way to word it, but yeah, I think as of right now, the best way I can think of to word it is just to not take myself so seriously all the time. But yeah, so that's how power jerks went. Not great. Lots of lateral hip movement, lots of hip curling, jumping forward, soft elbows, a whole bunch of things. But, there are days that are bad. That's just something that happens for everybody. To what degree is dependent on the experience of the lifter or, just what the lifter themselves, their tendencies, whatever. But everybody has those days. And so, just got to give credit to myself for the things that I do well. But this is a log of my thoughts on training in terms of like things I can improve on. So I'm going to go back to talking about the things that I need to improve on. With these hang clean and jerks, interestingly enough, I was having a bit of trouble with the cleans. Not trouble, but they just weren't as good as they usually are. And I think, so from Monday, I got a solid feeling of pushing up against the bar. And one way that like helped me accomplish it was sort of slamming my feet back down. And I saw that in the video when I looked back on the videos from Monday, and I sort of tried to imitate it here, but I was focused on, I think, the wrong part of Monday's lifts, because I was thinking about sort of slamming my feet down or whatever, but I wasn't actually doing what was intended and like caused the feet slamming as a result, if that makes any sense. I wasn't actually like pushing up against the bar very well, so the bar was like sort of slamming back down on me. My turnover was still slow, and it sort of just felt harder than it needed to be. And then there at set 1, so again, like I had said earlier, set 1 I had carried that bad energy with me, and so that first set I just gave up for some reason before the jerk. It wasn't like the windpipe thing happening, it was just me giving up. But then between the first and the second set, I sort of loosened up. I had a decent amount of time between these sets, and here in the second set, one thing that I started thinking about was the elevation of my shoulders in the front rack for the jerk, both for creating enough space to prevent the occlusion of whatever artery thing that's up there that causes the dizziness, and for like engaging my upper body. And yeah, that was a pretty solid jerk. You can see sort of like set 2 and 3 based on the jerks there, and on the one here, I didn't really have any reason to like be scared of the weight and just give up like I did for the first set. But so much of it is mental. I just need to gain that mental confidence with the jerk. And there's Aaron with his watchful eye. But that might have been my best jerk. Little weird recovery, but I think positionally / balance wise, I think that was my best jerk. But yeah, I know I rambled quite a bit, which I usually tend to do, and hopefully the things that I said make sense to me later when I end up watching this later. But just the clean thing, just have to like actually focus on pushing up against the bar in the same way that I think about it for the snatch, instead of just slamming my feet down for the sake of slamming my feet down. For the jerk, I just need to be more confident and keep my shoulders elevated in the front rack. And then just got to keep working on fixing the hip movement. I feel like every day I take steps forward. Sometimes I take steps back. Today felt like sort of a step back. But I think as a trend, generally, I'm moving more forwards than I am backwards, which is progress. So just got to keep that in mind, I think. And then I do a little teleportation from this gym to 24. Today was actually my last day at Standard Strength. Came to 24 right after I finished up my session there. I signed up for membership, and then finished my workout with these rows and overhead holds. And so I will be training out of this 24-hour starting today. That's it for today. Catch you next time.